Buckeye Nation, we're back at it again. Johnny Bullet and Floco, your co-host, co-founders. Along, I feel bad I didn't mention him last show, but with our good friend, brother, and from another mother, Shane Sugar Ray Larson. Uh, just we love him to death, so I didn't mean to leave him out or omit him. But right now, Johnny and I are co-hosting the show. I can't wait to do another show with Shane soon in the future. Today, we're going to be talking about our longtime offensive coordinator for Ohio State, been there since Urban. Been there through Ryan Day's tenure. Oh, Kevin Wilson, one of the best offensive minds in college football the last 20 years, is leaving to be the Tulsa head coach. And to be honest with you, Johnny, I didn't have any inside info on this, but I had a really good inclination and gut feeling about a month ago he was going to be gone after the season. And it sounds like, I mean, Tulsa's not a job where you just place somebody, so it's a decent job. It's okay. I mean, like when we put Everett Withers at James Madison, that was Urban Meyer saying you're fired. Now go to James Madison. But Tulsa's an okay job, and that's actually in his area, in Kevin Wilson's area, so it makes sense. But what Johnny? What's your initial reaction with Kevin Wilson being gone?
I was kind of shocked, not because I almost thought this day was coming 2 years ago, 3 years ago, not for any one reason, just,
Yeah,
well, not because something happened on the team, just because that's the next line. He's a former head coach, Power Five program, Indiana. It actually did some pretty cool stuff at Indiana and elevated the program a little bit, in my opinion.
more
Was
than Tom
really
Allen
close
has.
yeah, I mean, he's really close a few times. He besides Tom Allen's one game, 2015 game, really close, knocking off the Buckeyes. He had some really nice things going on. I thought he was a decent coach. I thought he would get called up for head coach again sooner than he did. So I was almost wondering if he just wasn't interested in head coaching jobs anymore. You know what I mean? Just like, oh, maybe he just wants to be here forever, and it has to kind of hurt your ego to see a guy like Justin Frye come and pretty much have them create your title for him so that you can keep him. And it's like basically saying you're not the heir apparent. We need somebody else. So yeah, I mean, but I don't think it's a massive loss, but I think it's a consider. I think it was a good coach. I think I don't think anybody can shoot. Half the fans were saying he should call plays, so I think it's a bit of a loss. I don't think it's catastrophic at all, but he's a good asset. I think the Buckeyes be fine without him, but it doesn't mean to say he's not, a really good asset to have.
Yeah, I'm perplexed on this a little bit in the sense that I do respect him as a coach. I think he's a great coach, and I love the fact that he was here at Ohio State. I think he dramatically helped improve the offense from where it was in 2016. Um, from the Ed Werner days, I think he and Ryan Day were a great combo recipe to solve the offensive issues. Kevin Wilson to me will be remembered fondly, should be by Buckeye Nation, but at the same time, I think maybe with him, with Justin Frye coming in, and now Brian Hartline being elevated, Tony Alford being run game coordinator. I understand some of these titles are just to get people more money, but with these titles come with more voices. I think he ends up having a little bit too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. Yursich was
Yeah.
was a kind of a problem in 2019. Not saying Wilson was a problem, but I think at this point Ryan Day is kind of saying, okay, look, Kevin, if you want a head coaching job, you have my blessing. We got to just kind of we got to because Kevin Wilson, according to Tim May, had a huge booming voice in that offensive room, and he should. You should
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. But I mean, if you're getting guys with kind of different philosophies like Frye and Wilson, especially in the run game, where that's considered, I just think to myself, maybe Ryan Day's finally got to make a choice. So like, I got to go with somebody here, and I think he's going to go with Justin Frye as being the offensive coordinator from here on out, with probably elevating Brian Hartline as my guest, a co-offensive coordinator, in order to pay him more money and keep him on board. Because as you see, Brian Hartline's getting some sincere interest in head coaching jobs, so you got to do everything you can to keep him here. And I don't know what's going to happen with Tony Alford because I hate the fact that I really think he keeps getting overlooked. Unfortunately, he's such a
He
great
makes
coach.
like half of what Hartline makes. Half.
And Tony's an awesome coach, and Tony's an awesome representative of Ohio State, and he's a great recruiter. I hate that for him because he deserves so much more. He deserves more than what Buckeye Nation gives him, to be honest with you. But
Mm-hmm.
Corey Dennis, time will come, but he's young.
Mm-hmm.
He's just basically Ryan Day's assistant coach, really.
Right.
So I think it's probably going to help in a way to stop I mean, I've been hearing rumors, and I don't, not that Frye and Wilson were fighting, but they just have differing philosophies on the run game. And I just think that maybe we finally stick with, one philosophy and go with it. And I kind of agree with that method. And I'm not saying that no knock on Kevin Wilson. I love Kevin Wilson. I'm so glad he's at Ohio State, and I hope he kills it at Tulsa.
Mm. Yeah, Corey, you think about this. I don't know how much conflict or barely conflict or whatever was going on with those three minds there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be an ego bruise a little bit just when they bring in Frye. Because, well, it wasn't Wilson's position. And it was to be brought in and elevated that quickly is maybe tough when you're a guy like Kevin Wilson. Like, I used to be a Power 5 head coach. But you think about it, you got three guys in that room who two of whom have been head coaches in Power 5 before, and all three who have probably been the smartest offensive mind in every coaching room they've been in most of their careers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you're used to being the best on the team and all of a sudden you're not getting the rock, you're kind of like, hey, you just got to, and personally, you probably feel capable more. And it would just be tough. It would be tough to bounce that. Honestly, shocking it went over as well as it did, to be honest. Maybe it's a thing where it's like it needed to happen. And in no way is that a negative indictment on any person, but it still needed to happen.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that these guys were professionals and worked as well as they could together. I have no doubt about that. And Ryan Hidday has a history with Justin Frye at Boston College, and they had one of the best run games in college football together when Ryan Day was.
I think they were GAs together at Florida too. I mean,
you're right. You're right. It's like they've known each other for years.
Yeah.
They probably wanted to work together for years, and now they get the chance, and I guess they just kind of want to, let's get the band back together, and we'll put together a balanced offense. Because we've missed some balance this year. I think the offense has been a little discombobulated at times. It's so it'll be interesting to see going forward. I'm kind of excited about the notion of it because I think Justin Frye is a really good offensive mind, and I think he's a really good run game coordinator. I think he and Tony Alford will have that run game on point if Tony Alford's back. And I'm not saying like Tony Alford's going to get fired. There's no way in heck they're going to fire him. But will Tony Alford take a position somewhere else because is he advancing the way he wants at Ohio State? That's going to.
You know what just crossed my mind.
Oh,
that's
how scary proposition.
Yeah. One of the things that crossed my mind that I can say on YouTube is that how Tony's got ties to Colorado State. I don't know if geographically that will put him on Deion Sanders' radar over at Colorado.
Maybe. It's possible.
I mean, if I'm Deion, I take a look at the guy. You can recruit. And how many daggone freshmen have you had game ready? That's insanely fast. People talk about Brian Hartline's good. I'll tell you what, Tony Alford's freshmen look a lot more game ready than Hartline's receivers usually do. I mean, and that's not a knock on anybody. That's not a knock. That's just
Tony absolutely gets the most out of his guys. He's a phenomenal coach. And I know that when I went on a Notre Dame podcast with John, he said the same thing. We miss Tony Alford. We really do. He's a valued coach. And Kevin might pluck him and go take him to Tulsa, say, be my OC, come make some more money and be my OC there. It's possible.
Ooh.
I hope not. I say I hope not selfishly. I want him to stay at Ohio State, but if Tony got the opportunity to move up, I would say.
I hope he works for free so we can pay more people on the staff more money to keep himself.
We're only allowed so many assistants anyway, so you might as well pay him.
Yeah, that's true. No, you just give his salary to the other guys, so that way, you keep them. All right. Real quick, guys, I do want to see if you're excited. Give me that Frye in the comments. If you're excited to have Justin Frye as OC, at least OC in name only, and it's cool. Those of you who were screaming Kevin Wilson should be the ones calling the plays get to have a new name to say. You get to say, as soon as a play doesn't get executed, somebody falls down, you can, Justin Frye should be calling the plays.
What if it's an offensive lineman that actually fails on the play? And
Ryan Day called that play for him to fall down.
Then you could say Justin Frye would have called a better play that his offensive lineman would have executed correctly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly.
And by the way, you got to give Justin Frye credit. All offensive linemen, all five, made one of the teams for the All Big Ten team. I mean,
that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. I will give them credit there.
I think the offensive line actually played pretty well overall this year. They had a couple games where it was a little
I
iffy,
think they're
but
pretty good. Yeah,
I mean,
there's a
look at
few
even the Michigan game. CJ was making sandwiches back there,
he had plenty of time. He wasn't getting sacked
and we
3
were
times
running the
on one
ball pretty
player.
well. We were running the ball
Yeah,
pretty well on a good defense.
I actually thought it was one of their better games for 2.5 quarters. I really did. Maybe I mean actually they were never really that bad of an issue. Besides one guy not getting defensive end's hand down. Anyway, we get to go for another 2 hours on that game. I asked you not to bring up 2 things: my mother or that game, and there you go.
Was your mother at the game?
You're gonna cross a line here soon that there's no coming back from.
Next video will be we just broke up as a channel.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kevin Wilson's gone. Frye Town's in full effect, probably. I think Tony stays.
Guess. Yeah.
I hope he stays. I don't know how this impacts the bowl game, but I would like to think that we'll uncover that over the next month. You and I and Mr. Larson. And
well, if it's a playoff, traditionally they stick around for the playoff games. I mean, that's fact.
Yeah, I just wonder if the team's like, hand the torch over, Kevin. I mean, you are here, and we want you to work, but
these kids are so rich now. They're telling Kevin Wilson to go get him coffee. So, I mean,
yeah. When you're done parking your Hyundai, Kevin, shine up my Benz. Pretty much. Yeah, but no, probably the team. You think the team though, Corey? You think Ryan Day, because of this news, might kind of feel better about going? Yeah, we're running Justin's plays against Georgia, not Kevin's design.
You know, Ryan Day is so sentimental. He might do something like, you know what, just for old time's sake, let's go with Kevin.
Like just hand him the headset.
Yeah, but here you go. Give him the whistle and everything.
No, Urban, don't give him the controller. He's going to ruin everything you've built.
How's it looking, Coach? Looking terrific for now.
I'll go ahead and tell you this live on YouTube. I sent that to someone very close to one of those coaches, just to let you know. And they laughed a little. I thought it was funnier than they did.
It was funny. I love Ryan Day. I do. It's getting me. I mean, yeah, we've been mad at him this couple weeks, but still we love him. So appreciate you guys as always. Oh, by the way, again, subscribe to the channel, please, and help us keep growing, and like and comment on the video. We want to know what you think. We love hearing what you think about what's going on in the college football world along with Ohio State and along these videos. Subscribe to the channel as always, guys. We appreciate you. Goodbye. God bless. And as always, go Bucks.